lovelies, Barbara here with another tarot reading for the week ahead. It is Monday, the 26th of January 2026. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. I spent the entire weekend teaching tarot. It was wonderful. My student is so spot on with the readings, absolutely brilliant. It's had a fantastic time. Anyway, let's get on with your reading. So, do you remember last week I used an Stokes deck, which was the Gothic Tarot. Now this one, I thought, oh, well, I'll do another one then. So here we have, is it Legends? Yeah, it's just called Legends Tarot. There we go. Lovely deck as well. Quite different from the other one that we used last week. So that's the back of the cards. Even the backs of the cards are different. Now, 5 cards as usual. This first card, just look at that. What do they call it? Anything different? No. Wheel of Fortune. Here we go. This amazing dragon with the character there like, oh yes, I'm flying, I'm flying. Now, the thing you have to think about with the Wheel of Fortune, it's a major arcana, so it's a very, very important card to start the week off with. So the Wheel of Fortune can go up, it can go down. It's, think of a roulette wheel. You know, you take your chance with the Wheel of Fortune. That's the whole point about it. It's like taking a chance card in Monopoly. It may push you forward, it may pull you back. Who knows? She is really going for it. So I'm going to say this week, not as a warning as such, but I do feel, and again, carrying on from last week almost, that there are things that are going to make you very, very excited this week. Opportunities, ideas, people come in and say, why don't you do this? What do you think? Gosh, yeah, I can do that. I can add that on to what I'm already doing. It's a fantastic feeling. What I'm going to say is, hold back a little bit. Now we've got the dragon and you know, they're very powerful. They're also about transformation. Now, transformation can be a positive, it can be a negative. And it's how you utilize this card this week. Sometimes if it's too good to be true, it's telling you something. It probably is too good to be true. But there may be a part of that that you can take on board. You think, yeah, I'm not taking that whole thing. I'm just going to cherry pick almost and utilize that to move forward. In other words, utilizing that Wheel of Fortune rather than just jumping in with both feet. So it's a fantastic card there. So if you do that, what do they, they call it wands in here. So we've got the 8 of Wands. Now this deck is all about magical animals, really. So here we have 2 wonderful unicorns here. Unicorns represent purity and power, as you know, dragons have all that power. But this is like the calming down, even though it's the 8 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands traditionally means speed. Certainly going at speed in that previous card, weren't we? But here it's like they're looking almost like a mirror image of themselves. Right, okay, yes, I know I can go with this. They have this immense power, but I need to think carefully. The horns themselves represent their spiritual connection. So do that. Not that I'm saying this is a spiritual week as such, but ask your guides, ask your spirit people that you perhaps contact all the time, whatever. Ask your higher self, your higher consciousness. Is this the right way for me to go? Because here, if you see, they've only actually got 2 wands. That's interesting, isn't it? They've got 2 wands here, and obviously they're crossing up here. It's almost like saying, yeah, just slow down a little bit. Though this normally represents speed, there is that energy. Remember, wands are fire cards. Think about the previous card with the dragon, with fire. So this is a week that you need to control what you do, and I do mean that very, very seriously. If you do that, you have the Star, your second major. There's 2 majors this week, and look at that. Oh, look what we've got in the mirror, yet another dragon. But she's allowing the energy to guide her forward. It is the star. Stars are made out of fire when it comes down to it. And she's almost looking at her reflection, which shows that energy that she's got. She is the dragon. We are the dragon this week, but we need to keep it under control and just let it guide us the direction we need to go in, but just take it slowly. Don't go rushing off. Because then, I can't believe this, I think this is possibly the 3rd week running we've got the 10 of Swords. Guess what's in the background? There it is. There's the dragon again. Yes, I think there's a theme going on here. Now, again, with the 10 of Swords, things aren't going to get any worse. 1 + 0 = 1. It's that beginning of something. As long as you take heed of the, I'll say warnings throughout the week, but the ideas throughout the week. Yes, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that, and I'm just going to perhaps hold back on that particular aspect of what I want to do, perhaps next week or next month or something like that. Look at that. And is he actually, yes, he's actually got the flames there, so he's heating it up ready. Now, bit of a tangent, but remember, it's all about symbolism. There's this dragon heating this sword. Swords, remember, or knives or whatever, you think about in the olden days how they used to sterilize things before they healed something. They would put it in a flame to make sure it was sterilized. So it's almost like this is sterilizing all the niggles and things that have gone in the past, ready for you to move on. It's amazing. And now this is an interesting one. This is the final card. I'm not going to draw another one just to see what happens after this. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. Now, this is so interesting because if you think, go back to the unicorns, part of their horn is their spiritual connection. We have a pentacle here. We have that connection to spirit. This is either a mirror or a window. Now, the reason I say it could be either, if you look at this butterfly, what do butterflies represent? Transformation. What do dragons represent? Transformation. There is a shadow. You can just about see it here. The shadow of that butterfly, like, yes, do you know what? That's my other self. I need to get through this window or walk through the reflection because I'm reflecting myself here for transformation. So you become that true reflection of who you truly are this week if you take control of that inner power that you've got with all those dragons. And if you also want to go a little bit further, okay, you've got 2 down here. Now remember, the pentacle or pentagram represents air, earth, fire and water, with that connection to spirit or the universe, whatever you want to call it up there. We've got 3 up here. There we are. That's the 2 things you don't need to worry about. They're the 2 things almost like, okay, yeah, it's grounding me. And here we have the 3. Remember, 3s are all about foundation, your roots going down, that structure of the future. So here, if you've taken it carefully throughout the week, that 5, yes, it's a wobble, wobbles forward, not backwards. Accept who you are. And I don't mean, oh God, yeah, oh, I'm like this. No, it's like, oh my gosh, I am a dragon this week. I've got all the energy, but I know how to control it. So all those ideas you've had over the last few weeks, last few months, can be built upon, but you have to take it carefully this week. And I say carefully rather than slowly. Yeah, slowly as well, but carefully. So you do need to cherry pick. So think, you know, we've got a couple of swords in there. Think about how can I move forward with this? And don't worry if this week you think, oh, I haven't got very far this week with my fantastic idea, my new book I'm writing, or my new business, or my new career, or whatever it is, my new house, or my decorating my new house. Like, oh, I haven't done very well this week. It doesn't matter. That is you holding back, ready to make that huge jump forward. So have a fantastic week. Just look at these wonderful cards. I'm going to do them like this because they are absolutely magical. Have a great week. Utilize that power of the dragon, but keep it under control. If you do that, you can produce your own transformation. Be that butterfly. I'll see you soon. Have a great week. Bye for now.